Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. One half of the super team. I'm Diego Barishnikov. Here with my main dude, like you said, the 6 foot and under post-up champ, Uncle Hate.
What's good, good people? It's the other A in AA Sports. I got the Hall of Fame game behind me, which means that football is back, people. It may not be real football with the starters, but it's football.
Right. I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. I tweeted out earlier today, I don't know if you saw it or not. I was like, I get hyped about the Hall of Fame game every year because it's football. And then I watch like a quarter and a half, and I realize all these dudes going to be working at Best Buy or LA Fitness next week. The ones that's on the field. So
yeah, they're going to be personal trainers next week, telling you to get your mind right, put your weight belt on, that type of foolishness. But it's football. It's football.
Exactly. We appreciate y'all joining us again, people. Again, we are brought to you in part this week by Urban Arena, the next best thing coming up in this sports talk media game. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Shout out to the Coalition, Get With It Sports, Kane and Nice Show, Left-Handed, Nicole Monique, Big Boy, Team Boy TV. Y'all make sure y'all check them out as well. Also, don't forget, watch, like, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, give us some comments on their YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Mess with us on that social media thing, Twitter, AA Sportscast, Facebook, and IG as well. So we got a lot to get into tonight. We're going to do a rundown of the preview of the NFC North division this week. Also got some other rapid-fire tidbits for NFL news. We're going to get into, first, like we always do, y'all know what time it is. In the club, free before 10. It's open bar. What we pouring up?
All right, good people. My first bit for open bar. Shout out to that homie Tom Brady, 40 years old. His birthday today. How many more years has Tom Brady got on top, homie?
Barring injury, 2.
You going 2? I'm gonna say 3 because his jersey don't get dirty at all. But all it takes is one hit in the NFL because, as we have talked about on this show before, the NFL means not for long. Shout out to Tyrod Taylor and Ty Gurley. It's their birthdays today. Hopefully y'all can ascend to that boy Tom Brady's level. What you got on that other cat we got for open bar? We raising the glass to him.
Right. Raise your glasses to a stellar career for former heavyweight champion Vitaly Klitschko, who hung it up today. 21-year career. Ended his career with a 64-5 record, 54 knockouts over his career.
Damn, it's been 21 years?
21 years, man, 21 years. Just to kind of give you a few of his, just a couple accolades. He won the gold medal as a super heavyweight back in 1996 in the Olympics in the games in Atlanta. Oddly enough, another boxing great, Floyd Mayweather, was in that same 1996 Olympics as well. Vitaly was a 2-time champion. Now you say 2-time champion, that's not a lot, but shit, he held the belt for I don't know how long. His second reign as champion, he held the belt for 9 years, 7 months. And that is only second to Joe Louis, who held the belt at one point in time for 11 years and 8 months. So shout out to Klitschko.
Now you the boxing cat, but is he the one that gave Lennox Lewis all he can handle that one bout?
Right.
And that put him on the map?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's him.
All right, let's jump right into it. NFL tidbits, rapid fire. We're going to run through these real quick. Between Tuesday and Thursday, it hasn't been a lot of rapid, tidbits, but we got a few.
All right. Rapid fire segment.
All right, the Baltimore Ravens. The owner apparently is polling the players, the fans, the vendors, the people who cut the grass, advertisers, anybody he can to find out should he sign Cap. Last time I checked, you own the team. So you do what you want to do. How you feel about this?
I mean, we talked about it the other day. I was asking why are you, if it's really about football, why are you polling fans and other people if it's not about football? I don't have anything else to say. I'm kind of burnt out on the Cap topic.
Yeah, I understand. But number 2 on this list, Ryan Tannehill got hurt today. Now, they said it was a non-contact injury, but it was no structural damage. So they're saying maybe a week, maybe a couple weeks, who knows. But now, allegedly, they're talking about Cap in the building. That seems like a solid fit.
I mean, I don't know. Is it? Because, I mean, they got Matt Moore there, who's a decent backup.
Damn, wasn't he our backup in Carolina like 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. But, yeah, I mean, until Cap gets signed, his name is going to come up for anybody and everybody that's looking for a quarterback.
Gotcha.
So,
right.
We'll see. I know that I was reading something that the Miami owner, he's usually pretty involved in social issues. He actually stood up for a couple players last year who was kneeling in conjunction with Cap.
They did have a few, didn't they?
Yeah. So, we'll see. But until I see something come across the ticker on the timeline or something that says he's been signed, to me it's all lip service.
All right. That solves it all. So we will drop number 4 for the list and we will go to number 3. Do you think it's possible that Von Miller or any other defensive end can get 30 sacks in one season? It don't seem impossible to me. That's what, 2 sacks a game?
Von Miller is smoking crack.
You don't think that's possible, B?
Man, the record is like 22 and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And Strahan had to have Brett Favre lay down to get that.
Brett did lay down for that shit.
So
they was homeboys, man. He laid down.
Because I think last week, I think it was one of his teammates. I think a teammate, this Khalil Mack, came out and said he gonna get 30.
That was on Derek Carr. Derek Carr said Khalil Mack should get 30.
I'm like, man, come on. 30, that's a lot of damn sacks.
That's a lot of sacks.
That's a lot of sacks, man. That's a lot.
I mean, like I said, if all you're doing is rushing and you're coming off the end, it's 16 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's feasible if you look at it. 2 sacks a game? That's feasible.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't get sacks. And they normally a lot of sack guys, they get them in bunches. They may get 2 or 3 this game, but they might not get any the next week. So
and Vaughn should be double teamed on every play.
Right, it's like he's an animal, and DeMarcus Ware's not there anymore. So you let Von Miller go one-on-one with your left tackle, then that's on you.
Hey, man, I have no love for Von Miller because he fucked up the Super Bowl for my team, so I hope he don't never get it. Ever.
But I'd like to see a nice little competition between him and Khalil Mack in that division. Some dominant pass rushers right there. So let's see who can get closest to the 30. I don't think either one of them would get there. I think they'll be lucky to get to 25.
Yeah, 25 would be a win because, like you said, 22 was the record.
Yeah, 22 and a half is the record. Now, keep in mind, too, it's more of a passing lead than it was, back when Strahan got that 22 and a half. So, you got the more passes by the quarterbacks. That means more dropbacks. That's more opportunities.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
We'll see where they go.
But now, if you want to go ahead and highlight some of this stuff that Mike Jinks and Sherman said, that's cool.
Same stuff. Like you said, it's lip service at the end of the day. Everybody's coming out. Like Sherm came out and said that, players got to support Cap, which is true. And Mike Jenkins, the cornerback in Philly, came out and said that, these owners are cowards. Said that certain owners, they have a way of making an example out of Cap to discourage anybody else from doing what he would do. Like you said, I think he's going to get a job. I really do. Before the start of the season, I think Cap going to be signed to somebody. But
yeah.
What do we know?
My thing, okay, I will say this. Who said it? Was it Sherman or Mike Jenkins that said that they need to stick with the players need to stick with them?
That was Sherm said the players need to stick with him. Okay.
What does that look like? What are you going to do to show that you're sticking with them? Because this is a problem I have a lot of people who out here calling for a boycott. I ain't got no problem with that. But what is your plan? What is your end game? How long are you going to boycott? What do you want to see happen that's going to stop the boycott? I think a lot of people are thinking, just boycott and it's going to automatically take all this money out of NFL owners' pockets. If you think about it, TV contracts are already signed, done. That money's there. A lot of that money you think is coming from, it does come from a lot of corporate people that buy the sky boxes and things like that, season ticket holders. that money is already banked.
Yeah, like you said, that money's already out there. So,
right.
And I guess my thing with a boycott, if Cap trying to get back in, why are you boycott? Does it end when he signed a contract?
Right. That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. So what if he never gets signed? So when does your boycott end?
Right.
And I haven't gotten any concrete answers. It's not that I'm against the boycott. I just like to think things through a little bit, and I want to see an end game.
Right.
Also, I don't think people are thinking about, let's just say hypothetically, it's a big boycott and what have you. You're not just only trying to take money out of NFL owners' pockets. You got to think about the people that work at the stadium.
Yeah.
Most of the time, those are minorities. The vendors outside of the stadium selling all these goods. Most of the time, those are minorities. You're taking money out their pockets as well. So,
and the way Cap moving, Cap ain't gonna want them hit behind him.
Exactly. So you can't give a simplistic resolution to a complex question.
Completely agree. Well, like I said, I got a feeling he's gonna be signed by somebody at some point. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think all the boycott stuff and all that stuff it'll be moot at that point because he'll be signed. So
right, he'll be somewhere for somebody. So.
And another thing too about the whole boycott thing. If you're gonna boycott. Why you don't need to poll people. You don't need to be trying to fill other people out. Do it.
When Cap did it with nobody behind him.
Right. He didn't ask for nobody's what you think about this. No, he just did it. And I think that's a lot of the times with this and a lot of other things that, of course, us as Black people, we think about when we think about boycotting and try to, so we can get our voice heard. I get that. I'm all on board with that. But at the same time, I don't think we think it through all the way. I lost my train of thought just that quick. But yeah, okay. It maybe will come back to me in a second.
Gotcha. All right. At this point, we had I guess I can throw this in there. We had a few camp injuries. Will Fuller broke his collarbone for the Texans. Damn. Forrest Lamp. I swear the Chargers are cursed. I swear they're cursed. They are the Portland Trailblazers of the NFL. They are. Their rookie first-round pick, Forrest Lamp, tore his ACL. Done for the year. Mm-hmm. Now, Sterling Shepard got hurt. He was crying and everything going off the field. They said it just might be a high ankle sprain. That's a win for the Giants.
Okay.
I'm telling you people, camp. These cats get hurt. It don't always go the way they want to. But, until they're willing to strike and get more money, it's gonna be this way. They're going to get what the owners choose to give them. I agree with Sherm on that. They need to come together on that. But, that's for another day.
Right. It's about, it's about coming together, sticking together. And that was the other point I was going to make. Now that's coming back to me about the boycott situation. A lot of times that's why our boycotts don't work. One, because they're not efficiently planned and thought out.
Right.
People aren't sticking together and doing it. You need leaders to say, hey, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is what we want to see happen. This is what needs to happen in order for us to move forward. And there's never really any of that kind of organization. That's why shit never gets done. You think about people, Black Friday. People want to boycott Black Friday, but you still got people over here like, the hell with that. This TV on sale.
Man, them cats going to get them $200 Emerson TVs right now.
So it ain't no unity. I remember was it 2 years ago when the Hawks ownership came out and said that the games were too urban. There was too many urban people, too much of an urban look at the games. I didn't ask nobody. I said, okay, you won't get my urban money this year until this ownership is gone. And I did not go to one game until the Atlanta Spirit was out. That's how you work. You just do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't go asking for permission, filling out other people. Nah, just do it.
You know what you sound like right now, boy? A damn villain. All right.
That's why I put the hat on.
Let's jump on into it. It's the NFC North.
Right.
All right. Doing our division breakdowns as we do. We're right back at you on a Thursday, and we're doing the NFC North. This is the Green Bay division, the Bears, the Vikings, and the Detroit Lions. We're going to start off with the standings at the end of the season last year. The Green Bay Packers went 10-6, 5-1 in division. They were hot at the end of the season. 6-game winning streak.
Hot as fish.
I want to say Aaron Rodgers called that streak. I want to say he did.
He did. Was that the famous calm down?
Relax.
Relax. That's what it was.
Yeah. Detroit went 9-7, only 3-3 in the division. Minnesota 8-8, 2-4 in the division. Chicago Bears 3-13, 2-4 in the damn division. We got to get out of here early tonight because I don't have a lot to say about the Chicago Bears.
Oh, how the monsters of the Midway have fallen.
Boy, what's them cats turned over in their grave. They ain't even dead yet.
Yeah, except for Sweet Feet.
Yeah, rest in peace. All right, the Green Bay Packers. Total offense, they came in 8th, 7th in passing, 20th in rushing. Defense, only 22nd, 31st in passing. That means anybody can throw on them. They 31st. 8th in rushing, 6th in sacks. I was surprised at that number. Coaching rank. You think Mike McCarthy's the best one in the division?
I was looking at that, and I
don't even know, cuz.
I kind of like Mike Zimmer as a coach a little bit better than Mike McCarthy. But I won't say this is Zimmer's what, third year as a coach?
Third year.
He's got a lot of coaching experience. So Mike McCarthy, to me, he does dumb shit sometimes.
He's not aggressive.
You know what I'm saying?
He don't put his foot on the gas. And I don't want to sound like Greg Jennings hating ass who be on TV every week.
Oh, God. I wish they stopped putting Mike in his face.
Oh, my God. Just because you're gone. Let it go. But takeaway giveaway, they rank 6th in the NFL. 17 INTs, 8 fumbles takeaway. They only gave away 8 INTs and 9 fumbles. That's solid. Very solid.
Product of having an elite quarterback who only threw 7 interceptions.
All right, go ahead and finish up on him in the skill position.
We have Aaron Rodgers, completed 401 out of 610 passes. That's 66% completion percentage, 4,428 yards.
40
touchdowns, and again, only 7 picks. He ranked 4th in that all-elusive stat, whatever it is, QBR, 76.9. He was sacked 35 times. It's just not too bad. I think that's kind of an improvement for Green Bay over some past. Jordy Nelson coming off the ACL, right back into the swing of things. 97 catches, 1,257 yards, 14 TDs, 97 balls on 152 targets. That's a good efficiency rate.
Jordy, shout out to that boy. He ate for me on my fantasy team last year.
Yeah. In the run game, you had Ty Montgomery leading the way with 77 carries, 457 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And your second leading rusher was Aaron Rodgers, not too far behind with 67 carries, 369 yards, and he had 4 touchdowns.
Okay, when I did those numbers, what the hell did they do to address the running game?
They got rid of Eddie Lacy, James Starks, and
T.J. Lane gone. He was a blocking guard.
Yeah. They added a guard, Jahari Evans, but is he washed?
I think he's washed.
Yeah, I think he's probably washed. So, and they are sticking with Ty Montgomery as their lead running back. I have him as one of the guys that I think who must step up, because if you're going to be the lead running back, they didn't draft anybody. They didn't bring anybody in free agent. They say, hey, we're going to roll with Ty Montgomery. We feel good about those last 4 games he had, so we're going to roll with that.
I'm going to give you something from back in our time, back when we was young. We was young hating young Diego. Remember that cat we used to go to that gym and on Wednesdays? The cat like R. Kelly, he'd be on the sideline. He sucked. What he used to say?
Yeah.
Get in the gym, cuz. I hope. Has that boy Ty Montgomery been in the gym, man?
I mean, I hope so. More so, he need to be in that film room. You know, just
can you really go into the season with a converted wide receiver at running back?
They're about to do it. And going, what I just say? I think Mike McCarthy does dumb shit.
Didn't AP get next to nothing in New Orleans, and they ain't want to bring him in for a visit?
I wonder. I know Matt Forte is probably wishing he was a free agent like a year later.
Yeah,
because he would have been a good fit in that division to go there. Yet, why he chose to go to the Jets, I don't know. But
took the bag.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, even with all that we're saying about the running game, they still gonna win this division, right?
Oh yeah, going away.
All right. What you got for okay, you said your player to step up was Montgomery?
Player who need to step up. Yeah, I got Ty Montgomery.
Damn, do I even have one? You know what? I'm gonna say player to step up. I'm gonna say Randall Cobb. Cause he's been there,
Okay.
paid him, and it seemed like he disappeared.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I could go with their cornerbacks because I believe they're still having nightmares about Julio Jones and the Atlanta Falcons right now.
Yeah, I got them as I got the corners, the defense, the DBs as my players that got something to prove.
Gotcha.
Now, mind you, those corners that they had late season in the playoffs were their fourth, fifth string guys. They weren't, they regular guys. But as a whole, the corner situation wasn't good, even from the beginning of the season. Because you think about the whole Green Bay dug themselves before they went on that streak. Just as hot as they were at the end of the season, they were just as cold at the beginning of the season. So
it's like, how can you have a quarterback this good, and yet you give him the 31st ranked passing defense in a passing league? Are they doing him a disservice right now?
That's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. Oh,
Sad part is, like you said, they're gonna win this division either way. So that Band-Aid covers all that bullshit. But you got to give this boy, when they had a legit defense a couple years ago, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. Clay Matthews, does he need to step up?
Clay, oh God, I forgot about him.
I just thought about him.
He needs to step up last year, this year, and next year. Good call on that one. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, he the guy that make that front seven go.
All right, now when I did the paperwork, in my mind, I'm saying Minnesota's better than Detroit. You feel me? What you going against? I like their defense.
I think they suck equally.
I'll take defense over offense any day, though.
I'll say if you want to, I like Detroit's offense a little bit better, but I like Minnesota. Yeah, I do like Minnesota's defense a little bit better. So now, are they going to be able to keep duplicating this? Because sometimes when you get these solid defenses and the offense is not doing anything, sometimes the defense kind of throw their hands up and be like, shit, fuck it.
That locker room need to be split down the middle. Because this damn offense was ass for Minnesota last year. Straight ass.
Yeah, I mean, ranked 28th overall, 18th in passing, 32nd, dead ass last in rushing.
How do you reconcile that shit in your locker room?
You know, I think they had some talented backs. You know, Jerry McKinnon, Mike Asiata. They're not elite backs, but they're more than capable if they would have had anything that resembles a competent offensive line.
Yeah.
Alex Boone on that line ran his mouth more than he did block anybody.
He used to play for y'all, right?
Yeah. He's a cash shit talker, and his play does not back it up.
Gotcha.
So they definitely got to do better this year.
They schooled to me either way because I don't like Sam Bradford.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I'm saying, yeah, agreeing with you that, yes, no, he's not the answer.
I mean, he's captain check now all day. You know, you look at his numbers. He only had 5 INTs. If you ain't got but 5 and you only got 20 TDs, you ain't throwing the ball down the field.
72, and it completed 72% of his passes because he all 10 yards and under.
Check downs.
Let's see. The takeaway giveaway was good. They created 27 turnovers last year.
Solid.
While they only gave it up 16 times. This is plus 11. So that's always good. That'll keep you in games, even if your offense is not that great. As long as you're not turning the ball over, you should be in good shape. We need to start pulling these teams what they doing on third down because that's big too.
Yeah.
Or I'm saying, are you keeping the defense on the field? And on the defensive side, what are you doing on third down against the offense? Are you getting off of the field? So that's always big too. But go ahead and what's the offensive leaders from last year? Or are these same people going to step up and be the same ones offensive leaders this year?
mean, it's kind of almost all they got. Stephon Diggs, 84 balls, 900 yards, 3 TDs, off 111 targets. Adam, I believe he's my size. 69 balls, 967 yards, 5 TDs off of 92 targets. Jared McKinnon, 159 carries, 539 yards, 2 TDs. They got to find a run game.
Absolutely. And those are pretty good numbers for Thielen because I want to say he didn't really come on strong until probably mid-season.
Roundabout.
Yeah.
PPR monster and fantasy people.
Yeah. Looking at Jerick McKinnon's numbers, I'm going to do some quick math off the top of my head. It looks like less about 3 yards per carry, but I'm about to find out. Yeah, 3.9 yards a carry. That's not going to cut it. 2 touchdowns. Well, his touchdowns, he's a breakaway cat.
He's a third down back.
Yeah, he didn't get any goal line carries, really. So I think all the goal line carries went to Mike Asiata. So there go whatever rushing touchdowns they had. You look at now whatever Mike Asiata's stats was. But he's gone now. AP's gone. Charles Johnson, gone. Cordell Patterson, which I think that they never used correctly, gone.
They didn't use him correctly. And watch him eat for the Raiders. Watch him eat.
So that's a lot on offense. On an offense that was already not great.
Right.
Those are a lot of names from what the little bit you did have that are gone. Now, you replaced it with Michael Floyd. Hopefully he don't have a 40 next to him. Latavius Murray, and you drafted Dalvin Cook. So, again, I think Murray and Dalvin Cook is going to be a nice little combo.
I don't like Latavius Murray. He's a glorified goal line back. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think by the end of the year, Dalvin Cook will probably had a job. But I think Murray can do some. I think Murray can do some things. He ain't spectacular. I think he's solid.
He ain't practicing right now.
He's not.
He hurt right now. Yeah, Dalvin Cook running with the ones. He had ankle surgery.
Okay.
So, like you said, I mean, he'll contribute, like you said, but
he's got that upright running style too, and he's tall for a back too. I want to say he's like 6'2".
Yeah.
Those type of backs usually have, they have some issues from time to time.
Oh, Minnesota. Look at me. Listen to me. Mike Rimmers is ass.
Who's that?
He will not protect your trust. Mike Rimmers. He left Carolina last year. He's ass. Cam got hurt behind him. If y'all paid him too, good luck.
Oh man. Who you got for what you got for players that must step up?
Damn, that's a good question.
I got the whole O-line in the run game.
There you go.
They have to do something. Passing game, it was all right. But, with no threat of a run, it could be okay.
Just hanging in the back. He ain't got to worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? They put 5 in the box. They ain't worried about running. So, they got to do something in that regard. Players who got something to prove in 2017, they got Bradford. They only going to go probably as far as he takes them.
Last I heard, Teddy practicing.
Teddy going to be on that pup list until November at least.
Right, but I'm saying that gives him, 5-6 games to win this job?
Now, let's see. If Teddy starts on the pup list, I think it's 10 games that he's got to sit.
Damn, it's 10?
Yeah, I think you can't be activated from the pup list until, sometime in, middle November, right before Thanksgiving, sometime around there, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that was a devastating injury that Teddy had, so.
Yeah. It might be one of them situations, depending on where they at, record-wise, in the playoff hunt or not, whether you go ahead and put Teddy back in there if he's ready. I'm expecting him to suck. So I wouldn't put Teddy back in there until next year. I wouldn't put him – you probably want to get him some reps ideally, but I wouldn't put him out there behind this offensive line.
Let Bradford take them hits.
I'm not doing that. We forgot to give our predictions on Green Bay's record. That's got them at 10-6. What did you have them at?
Yeah.
Give or take?
Yeah, give or take. I mean, like you said, runaway. So
I got Minnesota at 7-9, and I was being generous.
That you're being very generous. I'm gonna be a hater and say 6-10.
6-10. I gave him 7-9 just because of the defense. I think the defense will probably keep him in 2 or 3 games alone and probably win a couple games just off of that.
That defense went hard first part of the year, but you can run on them.
They do play the Bears twice, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We're going to get to them in a second. I can see them probably splitting with Detroit, which we're getting ready to roll into Detroit. So I can see them maybe getting 6-7 wins. Like you said, 6-10, that's not far-fetched. I can see that happening too.
But like you said on Tuesday's show, division games, rivalry games, you can't call them. You really can't.
That's true.
All right, the Detroit Lions. They made the playoffs last year, and I don't feel good about them at all. I just really don't.
I don't think Jim Caldwell is really a good coach. I don't.
How does he still have a job? I don't.
Good question. Good question.
All right, total offense.
Maybe because he's not as bad as the last coach.
Who the hell was the last coach?
I'm trying to think of his name. I know his face.
Schwartz.
Huh?
Schwartz. Jim Schwartz.
I say the dude they got into it with Harbaugh after the game that time. Yeah, Jim Schwartz. So, but take a look at Detroit from last season. They were ranked 21st in offense, 30th in rushing. The whole division just can't run the ball
at all.
This is the AFC North. You would think they could run the ball in this division, but they're not. 11th in passing, all thanks to Matthew Stafford's arm. Defense, kind of middle of the road, 18th, 19th in passing, 18th in rushing. Not generating any pass rush, 30th in sacks. That's not good. -1 on takeaway giveaway. I don't see a whole lot here. Matt Stafford threw for 65%. 65% of his passes were completed. Over 4,300 yards. Only 24 touchdowns. 10 picks.
They had Matt Stafford balled so hard last year. Only had 24 touchdowns.
Yeah. I said this is just an average team at best.
I don't like their running backs. I don't like Golden Tate. I don't like shit about this team, really.
I like Golden Tate, but not as a number 1.
But that's what he is for them, though.
Right. That's not good. Did they pick anybody? They didn't even pick up anybody as a receiver. Nope.
No. They let Bolden walk.
So I don't know what's gonna happen there. Now I think Amir Abdullah, if he can stay healthy, I got him as a player with something to prove in this season.
I agree.
I think if he can get him something in the running game, you know what Stafford can do in the pass game, but he's got to be able to breathe. So you got to give him something running.
I'm gonna step out there and say Ziggy Ansah. He got to give him something on them sacks.
Yes.
That's a first-round pick. And they only had 26 sacks over 16 games. What the hell?
Right. I'm wondering because I wonder why that is because their defensive coordinator, what's the guy's name? Terry.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He done interviewed for a couple of jobs.
He was a hot commodity year before last, and he's not going to be getting any more interviews if his defense keep performing like they defense performed last year. So is it a matter? I wonder if it's a matter of scheme or talent. Because I know they lost a lot. They lost some players. Ziggy also got hurt again last year, right? I
believe so.
Nick Fairley either is gone. No, Nick Fairley was
in New Orleans. They let him go.
He was the same. But he was there last year, right?
Nah, he was with New Orleans last year.
The year before last. Okay. So
they let him and Sue walk 2 years ago.
Right. So I'm saying the players that they lost 2 years ago were not there last year, and that contributed to their defense side.
Haloti Nada is our age, I believe.
Yeah, that was just the name. When they signed him, he was already way past his prime.
Right.
I thought he should have just retired as a Raven, but he still wanted to play, so I get it.
Well, your boy Diego was a villain tonight, people. Cat's supposed to retire.
I'm just saying, man.
When he wears that black and yellow hat, people, he's a villain.
We're probably about to catch it. Let's see.
At least they addressed the offensive line. At least.
We got the Greg Robinson. That's the old Alabama tackle, right? He was at Alabama.
He's a bust, really, but yeah.
They signed T.J. Lane, so T.J. Lane staying within the division, going over to the Lions.
I want to say they got Wagner from Cincinnati, and he was a good run blocker. So I'm assuming they're going to attempt to run the ball this year.
I'll say, yeah, because I think Wagner think he's a right tackle. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that shores up that side of the line with him and Lane, that right side of the line. So we'll see. Like I said, big if Amir Abdullah can stay on the field, big if. But even if he is, I still got him at 7-9 at best.
Because I believe he weighs like 175. Hey. Okay. This last team. It shouldn't be much. The Chicago Bears. I'm going to let you start because your team, them damn 49ers, they committed a robbery with no mask, no gun draft night.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all, Chicago. Man, y'all really got us in one draft headed back in the right direction. So we, again, good looking out. You wanted Mitch Trubisky so bad, you gave up your third overall pick, the 67th pick, the 111th pick, and another third-round pick in 2018. So that's a good look, man. We appreciate that. All four players that we were not going to draft anyway. You could have got them the very next pick. But, hey, I think that coach –
was running the show up there.
I think their coach sucks ass. I hate John Fox.
Yes.
I hate everything about this team, really, except for Jordan Howard.
That's it.
Just to be honest with you.
That's it.
Maybe Kevin White will play a game this year or two.
Maybe. That's a big maybe.
So he's my player that needs to step up. Some of these stats, I will bore y'all. I will entertain y'all with some of these stats.
Nah, we getting out of here on time tonight. We ain't fucking around with these Bears.
But some of this we just really need to highlight how bad they are. Takeaway, giveaway. Tied for dead last with the Jets. For the whole season, people. Not one or two games, not half a season, not before, after the bye. The whole season, they created 11 turnovers. For the whole season, 11. Gave it up 21 times. So that's minus 20. You won't win football games that way. Between Matt Barkley, Brian Horry, and Jay Cutler, the three of them combined managed to barely get over the 60% completion percentage mark at 62, 4,115 yards. I need to slow down. 18 touchdowns, 19 picks. We don't have a QBR on them because there's a combination of the three of them, and they all suck.
Basically.
They only got sacked 27 times, which is, I guess, good.
That's surprising.
Very, very surprising. Now, Jordan, like I said, Jordan Howard is about the only good thing on this team. He had 252 carries, 1,300 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Cameron Meredith, nice little solid receiver, 66 receptions, 888 yards, and 4 touchdowns on 96 targets. They lost Alshon Jeffrey, Eddie Roy, Jay Cutler, and Tracy Porter, replaced them with Victor Cruz, Mark Sanchez, Prince Amukamara, Mike Glennon, and Marcus Wheaton. Again, people, stop me when you hear something that you like, because this is going to be bad, man. This is going to be bad. Your leading receivers this year are probably going to be Marcus Wheaton, Cameron Meredith, and let me see. I pulled up their depth chart.
Is Kevin White going to play?
Oh, Kevin White, that's the other guy.
We just shit on Victor Cruz just like that.
Victor Cruz might get cut.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because looking at their depth chart, I got their depth chart up. Now, they did add Kendall Wright from Tennessee. I forgot about
him. Yeah.
So they got Cameron Meredith, Kevin White, Marcus Wheaton, Kendall Wright. They got Ruben Randall, if y'all remember him from the Giants. All of them, I think, are on the depth chart above Victor Cruz.
Yeah, Randall and Cruz are getting cut.
So,
Cruz should go do TV.
Well, they need to keep Ruben. Ruben might get cut. They might keep Cruz because they need a backup slot receiver. So, and like you said, Kevin White, we can't depend on him. So I don't know what way they go with receiver, but it's not thrilling.
They need to fire John Fox yesterday.
Yeah,
they need to fire the GM yesterday.
Yeah. I got Mike Glennon as the player with the most improvement. They gave you $15 million after sitting the bench all last year.
He ain't got shit to prove, man. They shitted on him. That cat was at the draft party representing the team. and they ain't tell him they was gonna draft Trubisky, I would have flipped the goddamn table over if that was me.
Hey, he got the check though.
He did get the check, but damn, cuz they couldn't have told him. He coming in thinking he's gonna play and have a chance.
Hey man, he should have known when he signed that. Was it a 1-year deal he's on, right?
That was that funny money deal.
Yeah, so that lets you know you ain't in any long-term plans anyway.
These cats keep taking them funny money deals.
I don't know why.
I know we're not the only ones who see these deals are bullshit, but these cats keep taking them, man. They keep taking them.
So I'm giving Mike Glennon maybe 6 or 7 games before it's time to roll Trubisky on out there.
Because they've been saying in camp, Trubisky can't even get the hype out of under center.
So all this time, remember that came up either right before or right after the draft when he was with John Gruden in a little film session or whatever. He didn't know how to call an audible, or there was something very basic that he didn't know how to do. And here we are 4 or 5 months later, and he still can't take snaps from under center. Are we still at this with him? We got another Jared Goff situation on our hands, basically. Okay. 3-13, and I'm being generous.
Hopefully, they next coach, because John Fox will get fired, will be an offensive coach to help the young boy. But 3-13, yeah.
I was being very, very generous.
All right, let's transition over the last call. We have got to the point where the lights are on. You got to figure out what you're gonna do because the club about to close.
You got your boy.
Oh, I forgot. STFU award for the week. Ray Lewis.
You say you need
say again?
You say you need a Quaalude.
Nah, I said Ray Lewis.
Oh.
STFU award.
Maybe he's on the Quaaludes or something.
Man. You know what? A couple of the homies, homie we know we good with, he been saying for a while, man, that boy Ray on that bullshit. I heard his interview the other day on Undisputed.
He's bad, man. He's bad.
I've been trying to cut back on the cursing on this show. I've been trying because I'm trying to take this shit national, but it's really?
Did you see the rat that he did in the car?
That was even worse.
Telling Cap, you need to put the activism on the back burner.
Do it on the low. Shut the fuck up, Ray.
That's supposed to be good. That's supposed to be helping our people. I'm supposed to put that on the low. For who? I'm supposed to so I can tap dance? That's what I'm supposed to put it on the back burner for? Man, fuck you.
Man, Ray, I used to really like Ray Lewis. I really used to.
Yeah.
But, man, you got one this week?
Nah, I didn't have one this week. I didn't have one.
It's been a slow week for these 2 days, but we'll take that with Ray.
I mean, Ray is enough for both of us. So.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I know Tuesday we talked about the GOAT, Michael Jordan. He finally answered LeVar Ball, but the GOAT been talking a little bit more this week.
Okay.
The GOAT stepped out there, and one of them camp people, that 25-rack camp that you can send your child to for Michael Jordan to answer his questions. Said bullshit, Mike. But one of the kids asked him, would you take LeBron over Kobe in terms of best of all time? He said, there's something about 5 that beats 3. Kobe won 5 championships. LeBron won 3. Although he's been to 7 consecutive finals. I'm going to ask you this. Because, back when young Diego Young hate, he was a Jordan fan. Why does Jordan hate LeBron?
Because I don't think he hates him, but he likes Kobe more than him because Kobe is more like him.
He had that dog in him.
He's got the dog in him. He's got the killer instinct. He's a cutthroat scorer like Mike was. Mike could get 6 or 7 assists if he wanted to, but that wasn't really his thing. LeBron come out with the passive aggressive. He want to set the table for everybody else, and he's great in his own right doing that. That's just not Mike. that ain't Mike's thing. So
you saying Mike ain't about that subtweeting?
It would be interesting because Mike is an asshole now. Mike is a class A asshole. So
I think Mike will swing on you before you subtweet you.
Probably so. Mike would fight people in camp. I mean, or, in practices or not. Ask Steve Kerr. Yeah. That's a LeBron thing. They are two total different, opposites. Couldn't be even, be more opposite. I think that's why he favors Kobe over LeBron more. And then Mike about them rings, man. He got 6-0. So of course he's gonna look strictly at the championship. So, at the end of the day, we're splitting hairs. I mean, we're still talking about LeBron's legacy when it's not a legacy because he's still playing. So,
and at the end of the day, them 2 titles Kobe got without Shaq, he's a made man at this point.
Yeah.
Had he not got them 2, it'd be a different conversation.
It'd be much different because you had this stuff in was it 04, 05, somewhere around there when he was calling out teammates, throwing them under the bus, threatening to go to the Clippers, demanding trades, telling management they need to cut certain players and doing this in public. People forget about that. But, management got him Powell, a couple other players. Bynum stepped up, I think, a couple of years.
Yeah.
He got 2 more rings. Like you said, it would have been a much different conversation had he not got them other 2.
All right, this next comment that the GOAT made, I agree with him. Kawhi Leonard is the best 2-way player in the league right now. I agree.
Absolutely. Because LeBron is not what he used to be. He's still a good defender in spots, but he just don't. It could be age, it can be the wear and tear, but he just don't go full throttle, 82 games, 40 minutes a night like he used to. He picks his spots. So Kawhi, I don't have any argument with that.
None whatsoever. All right, last little topic we can get up out of here. This is a quick one. Steph claims that in that wedding video he wasn't mocking LeBron.
For those of us joining us on Spreaker right now, we're just looking at the camera with the whatever face.
Right.
We don't believe you, Steph. We don't believe you, Steph. You need more people.
You need more people.
You need more people.
Own the shot, man. You took that shot at that boy. You 2-3 against him in the finals, man. Own it. Why you gonna come out on that bullshit like you ain't do it? Just own it.
That's my thing about this generation, man, this era, man, the subtweeting, the doing stuff on Instagram, and then somebody asks you about it. Oh, nah, I wasn't doing that. Man, own your shit. You did it. Everybody know what it was.
Just say you did it.
Say you did it. LeBron told y'all all last summer. You know what I'm saying? You well within.
And I'm not mad about Steph stepping to him. Nah. The boy had a party with tombstones and shit. He deserves this right now.
Cupcakes and shit. You troll. I bet you Draymond wouldn't have said, "Oh, nah, I wasn't trying to do that."
Not at all.
He would have owned that shit.
Yes, he would have
owned it. So, I mean, if you're gonna do something, own it, man. Don't be ducking and running after the fact.
Nah.
Right. Last thing I got, it wasn't on the show notes, but I thought about it right before we went on. Our home run king, the young up-and-coming, the great Aaron Judge. Things have not been going so well after the All-Star break. Now, this was as of yesterday or day before yesterday, so maybe it's a little off, but it'll give you some perspective. He's batting 157 since the All-Star break, 11 for 70. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. He's supposed to be the next great star. So everybody has slumps, but that's eye-popping. And playoffs getting ready to start rolling around now, and they're gonna be depending on you. So you got to step it up, young man. Step it back up.
Yankees ain't got the pitching. The Red Sox got that pitching. So we gonna see how that works out. Because I'm paying attention to baseball now. I don't come on until after the All-Star break, but I'm on now.
Getting it on.
I'm on now.
Hey man, I still remember you. We used to play in high school. When you was in middle school, you played park ball, and your ass was in the dugout eating hot dogs all the time.
Cause I ain't know all them signs. I just ran. I was fast.
When you did get on base, tell them what you did automatically.
I ran. I was stealing bases. What is all this shit? What is it?
Like, okay, whatever, I'm running.
I'm fast. I'm running. I was running hate. I was out there. I was out here.
Oh, man, that's some good stuff. Tell them where to reach out on social media, help, hate.
Hey, I'm at Rike6000. Holla at me. I talk sports. Appreciate y'all rocking with us on that IG page. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. You can find myself, Diego Barishnikov, at Diego Barish on Twitter. Also, don't forget to check us out on the AA Sports Facebook page. Also on our, he already said IG, but the Twitter page is AA Sportscast. Remember to watch, like, subscribe, hit the like button on the YouTube video. Also, don't forget the newest thing. Check us out on that Spreaker app.
We'll start back on Monday, people in Atlanta. Take us to work with you. Drop them tweets off, listen to us. We here. We here for you.
There you go. Also hit us up with some comments, man. Let us know how we doing, the things y'all think we need to do. Y'all holler at us. Talk to us. We'll talk back. So till next week, I think we good. We got our divisions going next week. I think we're doing South or West next week. Okay, Hate froze.
I believe they're on the South next week.
South next week. Okay, AFC, NFC. So that should get good. And we got a preseason game next week. So there you have it. I'm about to be out of here, people. Go catch the second half of this flag football game, a.k.a. the Hall of Fame game. So for Uncle Hate, Diego Barishnikov, AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. We'll holler at y'all next week, man. Y'all be out. Shout out to the Urban Arena team. Peace.